येस, गुड आफ्टरनून स्टुडंट्स. आवाज येतोय सगळ्यांना?
येस सर, आवाज येतोय तुमचा.
हो सर.
Just we'll wait for 5 more minutes so that students join, and after that we'll start the today's lecture. Yes, students, yesterday's our last topic was hardness of water. Okay, in that we had seen usually water is of two types. One is soft water and one is hard water. Students, which water we can say soft water?
Which does not have contain salts.
Yes,
Wow.
which does not contain salt. But how you can check it?
By when the
By
soap is
soap.
getting
So
foam.
yeah, yes, when leather with soap, if soap is giving leather, means that is foam, that means it is soft water. And when it does not give leather, instead of it sticks to the clothes, does not
With soap.
give leather with soap, instead of that it sticks to the clothes, that is called as hard water. Okay. Students, this hard water is also two types. Means hardness of water is of two types. Hardness is of two types.
Temporary water, permanent.
Yes, not temporary water. You need to say temporary hardness. Temporary hardness. Next one is permanent hardness. Temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Students, can you tell me this temporary hardness is due to?
CaMg.
Yes.
Magnesium bicarbonate.
Yes, very good. Calcium and magnesium's bicarbonate. Bicarbonate is HCO3 minus 1. Here also HCO3 minus 1. So you just exchange the numbers, you will get the formula. The formula is Ca in bracket SCO3 two times and Mg in bracket HCO3 two times. And tell me, permanent hardness is because of? Yes.
Chloride and sulfate.
Very good. Chloride and sulfates of calcium and magnesium. Like this answer you need to give. So calcium and magnesium. First we'll talk about its chloride formula. Here it is Cl. Here it is Cl. Magnesium is also 2 plus. So what is the formula? CaCl2 MgCl2. And then I will write its sulfates formula. That is Ca is 2 plus SO4 is -2. Students, this everything is given in that valency chart. So the formula is this 2 will get cancelled, CaSO4, 2 will get cancelled, MgSO4. So these 4 salts are responsible for permanent hardness. Calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium sulfate, magnesium sulfate. Okay. Then
Sir,
yes,
Sir, can you send a valency chart on group?
yes. I did not get a road.
No, sir.
Okay, I'll send you, just message me or I'll put on the group.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, students, then we have seen how to remove hardness. Removal of hardness. Okay, students, removal of hardness of water in detail we are going to see in chapter known as hydrogen. Detailed process we are going to see there, but little bit idea I'll give you. Temporary hardness, students, temporary hardness is removed by heating. Temporary hardness is removed by heating. Which salts are causing temporary hardness? That is calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. When you heat them, students, when you heat them, now look, these salts are soluble in water. These both salts are soluble in water, which is causing the problem. Which is causing the problem. But if you heat it, these bicarbonates are converted into carbonates. What is carbonate formula? Ca. Ca is +2 and CO3 is -2. So +2 -2 will be cancelled. So carbonates formula is CaCO3. Plus I can see here hydrogen means definitely water and CO2 will be produced. You just see whether the reaction is balanced or what. Hydrogens 2, carbon 2, oxygen 3 to the 6, 3 plus 1, 4, 5, 6.
Yes, sir. Balance.
Yes, it is balanced. Now what happens here? This carbonate is insoluble. This carbonate is insoluble. Now, yesterday also I told you, at home, when you heat the water, and after then when you keep it for cooling, you can see little bit white powder deposited on the top layer of water. Little bit. ये देखिए, अगर आपने वाटर को बॉईल किया, उस पर एक व्हाइट लेयर बन जाती है, little bit white layer. Actually that is calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate. Magnesium carbonate's formula is MgCO3. It forms a precipitate because it is insoluble plus water plus CO2. This is insoluble. This is insoluble, and by filtering we can remove this salt. Then our hard water means by heating we can remove only temporary hardness, students, not permanent hardness. By heating we can remove temporary hardness. Always remember, by heating we can remove only temporary hardness, not permanent hardness. One more method is there, students, to remove temporary hardness. One more method is there to remove temporary hardness, that is known as Clark's method. Clark's method. What is this Clark's method, students? I'll explain you. Ca in bracket SCO3 2 times. Now you might have understood this is solved because of temporary hardness, and this is insoluble, which is creating a problem. In this, students, you put calcium in this, put calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. It is also called as slaked lime. Then again this bicarbonate will be converted into carbonate. Bicarbonate will be converted into carbonate plus water plus CO2. Again, this is a precipitate because it is insoluble. Okay, we'll balance. I can see here one calcium, here one calcium. So I'll write here 2. Hydrogens, here it is 2 plus 2, 4. So I'll write here 2. And check out the reaction. I think so it's balanced. Check whether the reaction is balanced or what.
Yes, sir, it is balanced.
Okay, so same reaction can you do with magnesium?
Yes, sir.
Same reaction. Okay. Now, students, how to remove permanent hardness? How to remove permanent hardness? Now see here. Permanent hardness. Permanent hardness is removed by using washing soda. Washing soda means detergent. That's why detergents were produced first, because soaps are not working in hard water. So then detergents were made. Can you tell me washing soda's formula?
Na2CO3.
Yes, Na2CO3. Na2CO3 dot 10H2, correct? No? Yes, Na2CO3 dot 10H2. Now tell me, permanent hardness is because of which salts?
Salts of calcium and sulfate.
Salts of calcium and magnesium, chlorides and sulfates, correct? No? So I'll show you the reaction with chlorides. You need to write reaction. Sorry, I'll show you reaction with calcium. You need to write the reaction with magnesium. So first I'm taking calcium chloride and then I'll be taking calcium sulfate. Same formulas will be of magnesium, MgCl2, MgSO4. Okay, if I put Na2CO3 into it, Na2CO3, here also I'll put Na2CO3. Okay, students, in valency chart, do you know what is calcium? Calcium is 2 plus, chloride is -1. Now you'll be saying why it is 2 times here. Check out, calcium is 2 plus, Cl is -1. If you exchange the number, it will be CaCl2. You need to just exchange the number. You don't have to exchange the sign. You need to just exchange the number. Okay. Sodium is +1. Carbonate is -2. See here, students, at least one if you know. Suppose if I know sodium is +1, I can see here, you see 2 sodiums are there. So together it is +2. So this has to be -2. Just exchange their ions, students. Just exchange their ions. This plus will go with this minus. This plus will go with this minus. Okay, here somewhere I'll write here. Okay, Ca is +2. Ca is +2. Carbonate is -2. So what will be the first formula?
CaCO3.
Very good. CaCO3, because 2 will be cancelled. Again, Na is +1. Though it is 2 times, valency chart we need to sodium is Na plus, chloride is -1. So what will be its formula? Yes.
2NaCl.
No, first NaCl. First NaCl, and while balancing you write 2 then. So again carbonate is formed, which is insoluble in water. Means our detergent converts this permanent hard water into soft water. At least it will be useful for washing the clothes. Are students, in Marathi this hard water is called as Zad Pani, which is not, we are not able to drink it, but even we are not able to wash the clothes in that. But if you add detergent into such water, that water will become soft. Okay, again here calcium is +2, sulfate is -2, sodium is +1, this is -2. So calcium will go with carbonate, 2 get cancelled. Again we'll get calcium carbonate, which is a PPT, and Na will go with SO4. See here, Na is +1, SO4 is -2. So what will be its formula? Just exchange the number.
Na2SO4.
Yes, Na2SO4, that is called as sodium sulfate. Yes, I think so. Reaction is balanced. So this is a PPT. And that hardness of water will be removed. So can you write, students, same reaction with magnesium?
Yeah.
Yes. So you tell me the products, okay? Here it is magnesium chloride, and fourth one is magnesium sulfate plus Na2CO3 plus Na2CO3. Now some students will be wondering, sir, they are writing the formula, you wrote Na2CO3 dot 10H2. Why you have not taken dot 10H2 over here? Are students, this reaction is happening in water, so no need to write that 10H2. So what will be the first product? Exchange the number. Mg is +2, this is -1, this is +1, this is -2. Exchange. Exchange.
MgCO3.
MgCO3, which is a precipitate, plus Na is +1, Cl is -1.
NaCl.
Na2.
Yes, NaCl.
NaCl.
Then for balancing, you write 2 here. Valency chart you see, Na is +1, never Na is +2, Na is +1. But here it is 2 times, so together it is +2. Again, Mg is +2, SO4 is -2, this has to be +1, this has to be -1, plus will go with minus, this plus will go with minus. Tell me the formula.
MgCO3.
Very good. MgCO3, this is a precipitate, plus
plus NaSO4.
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4. Understood how to remove precipitate?
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Now, students, again, this in hydrogen chapter in very much detail, we are going to see that diagrams are there, many more methods are there. But in this chapter, what we need to do, we need to do little bit calculations. So what is that calculation? See here, what is that calculation, sir? Students, hardness of water. Hardness of water is measured in terms of ppm. Yes, hardness is measured in terms of ppm. Can you tell me what is ppm? Already this concept of ppm we have seen. Yes, students, you don't know what is ppm? In concentration terms, I taught this ppm. Yes. Yes, tell me. Array, during molarity, normality, there I taught ppm.
Parts per million.
Very good. It's parts per million. Parts per million. When concentration is very small, million means 10⁻⁶. When concentration is very small, or when solute is present in very small amount, we use ppm. When solute is present in very low amount, then we use term ppm. Students, can you tell me 10 ppm? What is the meaning of 10 ppm? What?
10 parts per million.
Yes, but how you can read it? I taught you how to read it. Okay. Every formula, you know, upside we keep solute. So I can write 10 gram solute. 10 gram solute is present. 10 gram of solute is present in 10⁶ gram solution. Again, you revise the concept properly, students. 10 gram of solute is present in 10 raised to 6 gram solution. This is called as ppm, parts per million. If I write here, students, 5 ppm, what is the meaning of it?
5 gram solute is present in 10 raised to 6.
5 gram of solute is present in 10 raised to 6 gram solution. Students, instead of writing 10 raised to 6 gram solution, can I write 10 raised to 6 gram water? Only in this case, because we are talking about hardness of water. Because whatever is taking place, that is taking place in water. Are you getting it? Instead of solution, can I write water?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I write instead
Yes,
of
sir.
10 grams, can I write 10 raised to 6 ml? Because do you know what is the density of water? Yes. Can you tell me density of water? While solving numericals, we have used density of water is 1 gram per ml. 1 gram per ml. So you know density is equal to mass by volume. So volume is equal to density into mass. Density is how much? 1 gram per ml, and mass is how much? 10 raised to 6 gram. So this gram cancel, and for this per ml will come up and it will become ml. So can I write 10 raised to 6 ml water?
Yes.
Yes. Only in this case, students, because we are exclusively, we are talking only about water. Yes. So if you remember the formula, that time I told ppm is equal to weight of solute upon weight of solution into 10 raised to 6. This was the formula given. And students, in case of water, hardness is measured. Hardness is measured in ppm of calcium carbonate. Always you remember this sentence. While solving numericals, you will understand the hardness is measured in ppm of calcium carbonate. In ppm of calcium carbonate. Yes. Now comes the question, and you have to solve this question. Hardness of water is 200 ppm. Calculate molarity and normality of CaCO3 in water. Okay, hardness of water is given 200 ppm. You need to calculate molarity and normality of CaCO3, because hardness of water is measured in terms of CaCO3. Yes, can you tell me what is, how you can rate this 200 ppm?
200 grams of solute in
200 grams of solute front is
Present in 10 raised to 6.
10 raised to 6 gram water, or can I write 10 raised to 6 ml?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Because students, for molarity you'll require volume, because molarity's formula is number of moles plus volume in liter. Number of moles is weight upon molar mass. How much weight is given? 200 gram. What is calcium carbonate's weight? Molecular weight, check it. Calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen is 16, 3 is a 48. 48 plus 12, 60 plus 40, 100 upon volume in liter. So divided by 1000. Students, do you know why I have taken here 1000? Because here volume is given 10 raised to 6 ml. If you want, if you convert this, if you convert this into liter, how much liter it will be there? 10 raised to 6,
1000.
1000 liter. So what will be the final molarity?
0.00.
Yes, tell me. Yes, very good. So can I 0.002 means, can I write 2 into 10 raised to minus 3? Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Now normality is very easy, students, because if molarity, you know, one formula, you know, to calculate normality. What is that formula?
X into M.
Very good. Yes, this is the formula. So molarity we know 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. What is X factor for CO3? It's a salt, and I taught you how to find the X factor. Total positive charge. Total positive charge.
2.
Yes, very good. 2, because calcium is plus 2. So normality will come 4 into 10 raised to minus 3. See here how easy it is. Yes, very good. Now, one higher level question will solve, students. Look at this question. One question I will solve, one question you need to solve. Look here, how I am using chemical equivalence formula. See here. It is said 1 liter sample. 1 liter sample is given. You just see what I am doing. 1 liter sample of hard water contain 1 milligram of calcium chloride. 1 milligram of calcium chloride and 1 milligram of magnesium chloride. Is definitely this will be permanent hardness. Find total hardness. Find total hardness in terms of CaCO3 in ppm. Okay, let us analyze this question. 1 liter sample is given of hard water. Okay, 1 liter sample is given. In that we have 1 milligram of calcium chloride and we have 1 milligram of magnesium chloride, and finally it is converted into calcium carbonate, because this calcium carbonate is insoluble. So finally it is converted into calcium carbonate. Students, from this I cannot make out the reactions. I am not able to make out the reactions. And when we are not able to make out the reactions, always you need to use equivalence formula. Equivalence formula means what? First I'll use for calcium chloride. So students, somehow this calcium chloride I have converted into calcium carbonate, but I don't know the reaction. And then magnesium chloride is converted into calcium carbonate. Means some of the students will be wondering how this magnesium can be converted into calcium carbonate. Are students, this is only one term taken. Here if you take magnesium carbonate, then also it's allowed, because both are 2+, so there is not any issue. So they have fixed this, that is calcium carbonate. So first I need to convert this calcium chloride to calcium carbonate, but the problem is I don't know the reaction. Then apply law of chemical equivalence. So I know the form. Here weight is given, here 1 milligram weight is given. So I'll use the formula moles. I know 3 formulas. Out of that, one formula moles into valency factor. Do you remember that 3 formulas? First was moles into valency factor. Second one was molarity into volume in liter into X. And third was normality into volume in liter. Because I have spotted here weight is given, so I used moles. So I'll consider this as N1, this as N2 into X. Students, can you tell me what is the X factor for this?
2.
Yes, very good. I'm making it equal. Okay, if X factor is 2, what is X factor for this?
2.
2.
2. So is there any need to take this? I'll cut this, I'll cut this. Is there any need? Because 2 will get cancelled. Are you
Yes.
getting it?
Yes.
So we can make our solution more easy by this X I'll remove from here, X I'll remove, because in between equal to sign I have put, because here it will come 2, here it will come 2, automatically it will get cancelled. Okay, you know how to find mole, students. Weight upon molecular weight is equal to weight upon molecular weight, but calcium carbonate nothing I know, so I'll keep moles only, that is N2. Okay, weight of calcium chloride, how much was it given? 1 milligram. Can you convert this 1 milligram into gram, because molecular weights are always in grams? So 1 milligram means how much grams?
0.001.
Yes. So can I write 10 raised to minus 3? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very nice. Upon molecular weight of calcium chloride, yes, someone please calculate this. Calcium is 40, chlorine is 35.5 plus 35.5, that is 71. So is it 111?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Here, okay, moles. Here I don't know weight of it, so I'll keep as W only. But I know calcium carbonate. Now only we checked it was 100. Or if you want to check it, calcium is 40, carbon is 12, oxygen is 48. I think so it will come 100. Yes, it comes 100. So can you find W from here? Just tell me, if you cross multiply it, will you get W? So it will be 100, sorry, 1000. Sorry, it is 10 raised to minus 3 into 100 divided by 111. Yes, solve it accurately and tell me the answer. Just little louder, I am not able to hear. Yes, the upside means 10 divided by 1. So is it comes 0.00 Yes, Pranjal, what is the answer?
0.009.
0.009. Is this correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Can you find now one half part I have found? Half part I have found. Now, can you convert this magnesium chloride to calcium carbonate here? First, we have converted calcium chloride. Now, we'll convert magnesium chloride to calcium carbonate. Again, we'll use same formula because weight was given N1 into X, N2 into X, and we'll make equal to, but this is also plus 2, this is also plus 2. Anyhow, this X will go get and cancelled. So here it is W upon molecular weight. Here it is W upon molecular weight, but this weight you don't know. Okay, this weight you don't know, so this I'll take as 1, this I'll take as 2. Here also how much milligram was given? 1 milligram only was given, so it is 10 raised to minus 3 upon what is the weight of magnesium chloride? Magnesium is 24 plus chlorine is 71. Yes, it's 95. W2 we have to calculate. Here it is 100. Yes, this you calculate now. So W2 will be 100 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon 95. Yes, this you calculate.
0.001.
Okay, let me write it 0.001. Okay, what was then what will be the total weight? Total weight will be W1 plus W2. So W1 was how much? 0.009 plus 0.001. How much you get?
Sir, maybe it is 0.0009.
Yes, let me check it.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. That is only
10
0 0.0009.
Yes, year one. Yes, that is 0.00. Yes. Here we'll put one more zero, add these two. Tell me that. So will it come 1.9 into 10 raised minus 3?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 1.9 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this we got the weight. This we got the weight. But they said, students, in ppm. They said in ppm. Okay. They said in ppm means what? 10 raised to 6 liter. Here you check how much liter was given to us. Let me scroll down. Here how much liter was given? 1 liter. So now answer is very near. See here now. Whatever weight you got, that you got for 1 liter. So 1 liter is 1.9 into 10 raised to minus 3. Can I write 1 liter as 1000 ml? Why I'm writing 1000 ml? Because we have to check for 10 raised to 6 ml. So can I add more 3 zeros? So this will be cancelled. So will I get answer 1.9? Understood what I did?
Yes, sir.
Here it is 1000, here it is 10 raised to 6. So here I have multiplied by again 1000. So here also I am multiplied by 1000. So this, if I multiply it by 1000, this gets cancelled, this gets cancelled. So you'll get how much ppm you get? 1.9. Sorry, what will be the weight? The weight will be 1.9. Will you solve the similar question? Question is very easy, students. Question is very easy. What actually it says, if you are not able to write any reaction, go with equivalence concept. Okay. Okay, this you tried. Calculate hardness of sample. Calculate hardness of sample in bracket it's of water contain 0.001 mole of MgSO4. Yes, calculate it. Students, can you tell me hardness of water is always calculated in? Students, hardness of water is always calculated in terms of calcium carbonate. Always remember, hardness of water is always calculated in terms of calcium carbonate. So can I write, somehow you need to convert this MgSO4 finally to calcium carbonate. Now, can you use an equivalence concept? Because here moles is given, so directly you can write what? Moles into factor X is equal to moles into factor X. So what is factor X for this? So I'll write it as N1, I'll write it as N2. What is factor X for this? Magnesium is 2 plus, calcium is also plus 2. So this 2 gets cancelled. So finally you will go for this. N1 is equal to N2. And can you solve?
Yes, sir.
Weight is asked, students. Weight. Calculate the hardness of sample means weight is asked. How much calcium carbonate is present? So if I substitute the value 0.001 mole, only this much is given, that is equal to N2, means N2 is also this much, and N2 you know how to find. W2 upon molecular weight, total moles are 0.001 mole. Weight I don't know because I want to find it. Calcium carbonates molecular weight I know it's 100, that is equal to 0.001 mole. So what weight will get? From here, what will the value of W?
0.1.
Yes, very good. 0.1 gram. Is this our answer? Is this our answer, students? Yes, can anybody tell me, is this our answer? Or at least reply.
Yes, sir.
Students, this is not our answer because Okay, I forgot to give you one thing. It is actually this weight is of 1 liter. This is the data given of 1 liter. Actually, the hardness of water we count in ppm, means 10 raised to 6 ml. So this is of 1 liter. How much gram of calcium carbonate is there? 0.1 gram. So can I write 1 liter as 100,000 ml? That is 0.1. I want 10 raised to 6 ml. So I need to multiply here by 1000. So what will be the answer? Will be the answer 100 grams.
100 ppm.
100 grams calcium carbonate.
Yes, sir.
Yes, understood. Yes, students, here we have finished our first chapter. Now I'll randomly give you some questions. You need to solve that question. Randomly, I'll give you some questions. You need to solve the question. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Yes, be ready with your pen, paper. Okay. The first question. Randomly, I'll give some questions. Okay, first question. Find weight of one molecule of C60H122. Yes, find out. Find the weight of one molecule of C60H122. Yes, solid fast. Or at least tell me how to solve this.
1.4 into 10 raised to minus 10.
Yes, very good. Because students, it is asked weight of one molecule. So can you tell me weight of 1 mole of C60H122? Carbon is 12. So 12 into 60 plus 122. So 6, 8, 1. Is it coming 844?
842.
842.
842.
Yes, 842. Okay. So can I say 1 mole is equal to 842 grams and it will contain 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecule. Can I write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Students, what you do? How to solve it faster here? For our convenience, can we take it as 10 raised 6 into 10 raised to 23?
Yes.
We'll leave that 0.22. We'll leave that 0.22. At least we'll go to close to the answer. Instead of taking 6.022, if I'll directly take 6 into 10 raised to 23, then one molecule X and just cross multiply it. Are you getting it?
4852 into 10 raised to 20.
Very good. Whatever is there, you just check it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Students, this was the question asked here. Number of valence electron in 4.2 grams of N minus 3. It is number of valence electron. Students, can you tell me what is the atomic number of nitrogen?
14.
Atomic number
7.
7. Mass number is 14, students. According to atomic number, we write electronic configuration. So can I write electronic configuration 2, 5? In 10th, you learned, students, this
Yes,
kind
sir.
of electronic configuration. So how many electrons are there in its valence shell?
5.
5.
5. And what is the meaning of this minus 3?
3 electrons are needed to fill octet.
No.
Gain.
Minus 3 indicates 3 electron it has got extra. Students, this one thing always you keep in your mind. In chemistry, positive sign indicates that that much electrons are less, and negative sign indicates that that much electrons are more. So already in valence C cell, 5 electrons are there, plus 3 electrons we have got. Though the sign is minus, but after gaining we get minus sign. So how much electrons are there in valence shell?
8.
8. Okay, now they asked you number of valence electron. Always, students, if number of atoms, if number of molecules, like this question is asked, always you use this formula. One shortcut formula is there. NNX. NNX, number of atoms, number of molecules. There only you are making mistake. Observed, there only you are making mistake. What is this N, students? N is moles. What is this N, students? This N is Avogadro's number. What is this X? Whatever is asked in the question, that if it is asked atoms, you put atoms. If it is asked electrons, then you put electrons. Now, here weight is given. Can you find a number of moles? Weight is given 4.2. What is the atomic mass number of mass of nitrogen? 14. Correct? No, moles you find. How moles you find?
0.3
Weight
mole.
given upon molecular weight. Weight given upon molecular weight, or weight given upon atomic weight, because here atom was given. Yes. Can I take for our convenience Avogadro number as 10, 6 into 10 raised to 23, and X means here what is asked number of electrons, so it is 8. Find this. Is it coming 0.3? And then further you can solve.
Two 288 into 10 raised to 22.
Very good. So students, how to use this NNX formula? Again, one question we'll try. Calculation part you can do it, students. Only logic you understand. If it is asked, find number of atoms in 11.2 liter. Find the number of atoms of oxygen. You find the number of atoms of oxygen in 11.2 liter SO2. So you can use formula NX. Now how to find moles when volume is given?
Given volume upon 22.4.
Excellent. Given volume upon 22.4. Can I take Avogadro's number as 6 into 10 raised to 23? Here X, here atom is asked. So how many atoms are there of oxygen in this?
2 atoms.
2 atoms. Got the final answer?
6 into 10 raised to 23.
Very good. 6 into 10 raised to 23. You understood the logic?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. But students, if the question, this question only, if I'll change, find number of molecules in SO3. Again, same formula, NX, number of molecules in 11.2 liter of SO2. Again, you know how to find volume, moles 11.2 liter upon 22.4 liter into N. For our convenience, we will take 6 into 10 raised to 23. Here X. Now students, molecule is asked. Is this a single molecule? Atoms, they did not ask students. Atoms,
Yes.
total atoms will be 3. SO3 total atom will be 3. 1 of sulfur, 3 of oxygen. But only one molecule is there, so we need to multiply by 1. Understood the difference between atom and molecule? If it is asked how much atoms of sulfur is there, I'll say 1. How much atom of oxygen is there, I'll say 3. But how much molecule of SO3 is there, I'll say 1. Got it? So with this formula, many questions will be solved, students. N, X. Okay. Okay, let us solve one more question. Question is, find mass of mass of 0.1 gram molecule of Na2CO3. Find mass of 0.1 gram molecule of Na2CO3. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this which I have circled?
Mole.
Very nice. Because students, gram atomic mass or gram molecular mass is moles. A very easy question. They are asking what is the weight of 0.1 mole of Na2CO3. So I know 1 mole is how much, calculate 23 to 246 plus 12 plus 48. 10, 6, 16, 8, 9, 10, 106. So 1 mole means how much? 106 gram. So 0.1 mole means here it will come point. So it is 10.6. So meaning of this you should understand, student. Gram atomic mass or atomic weight, gram molecular weight. This atomic weight or molecular weight, this is nothing but moles. Yes. Same, one more question. Find the mass. Find the mass of 5.6 liter. Yes.
In above problem, 1 mole is equals to 10.6 grams. No, then 0.1 mole is equals to also 10.6.
No. Array, there I have given point. Actually, 1 mole means 106 gram it was.
Understood, yes, sir.
Array, just to tell you that here I am shifting 1 point. So here I shifted 1 point. This answer again I have written down. It is 106.
Yes, sir.
So I told you how to solve in within 2-3 seconds. Here it is 1 mole and there it is 106. Here it is 0.1. Just 1 point you shift 10.6.
Yes,
But
sir.
you should know. But you should know gram molecule or gram atom is moles. That you should know. Okay. Question is, find the weight of 5.6 liter of ammonia. Find the weight of 5.6 liter of ammonia. Or this much time it should finish. Or students, you know 1 mole of ammonia, weight 17 gram, occupied 22.4 liter. Here it is 5.6x. Just cross multiply it. This much. Yes.
4.25.
4.25. Yes. Just let me check once. 5.6 into 17 divided by 22.4. Yes, that's correct. 4.25 grams. That's correct. Very good. Yes. One last question, students. Find the weight of 12 into yes, you need to find the weight. And do you know silver's molecular weight is 108? Okay, this is also given in the question. So can I write 108 gram is 6 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. So in 12 into 10 raised to 22x. Yes, what is the answer?
216.
260 into
216.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 200 and
2160.
so what, how it will come? 108 into 12 into 10 raised to 22 divided by 6 into 10 raised to 23. This one, two, this cancel, this cancelled. So it will come 6. 0, 2 divided by 10. Alright, students, it will come 20.6. Yes,
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yes.
20. You know, here 22 cancel, here 22 cancel, here 10 is left. 6 1 the 6 2 the 2 into 108, that is 206 divided by 10 means here point will come. Okay, last concept, students, one last concept, only 5 minutes. You tell me, because already this is done. You know, students, what is the difference between molecular formula and empirical formula, correct? Suppose,
Yes, sir.
yes, benzene is given to you, C6H6. What is its empirical formula?
CH.
CH.
CH. Empirical formula is nothing but simplest whole number ratio. Okay. What is the formula of acetylene? Acetylene means what? C2H2. So what will be its empirical formula?
CH.
Yes.
PS2.
Students, here these both formulas are having same empirical formula, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I'll tell you one trick. Always remember. Suppose one question is given to you. Which of the following have same percentage of carbon? So can you tell me in this C6H6, how will find percentage of carbon? Usually how you find your percentage? Whatever marks you got out of total marks into 100. Yes. So
Yes.
C6H6, what will be its weight? 12 into
78.
6. Okay, 78. So out of 78, how much is carbon? 12 into 6, how much? 72.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So can I write carbon is 72 out of 78 into 100?
92.
You'll get percentage of carbon. But students, this will take a lot of time to find percentage of each and every element.
Yes, sir.
You have got only 1 minute there. How will do this much? Always remember, whose empirical formula is same, their percentage is also same. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If you want, you can check what percentage of carbon you said in this. Someone solved 90 something.
92.2.
92.2. If you want, you can check in this, because this both formulas having same empirical formula, definitely they will have same percentage. Here C2H2, what is total weight? 12 to the 24 plus 2, 26, correct? No,
Yes.
out of that, percentage of carbon will be 24 divided by 26 into 100.
Yes, sir. It's 92.2.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Always remember one trick. What is that trick? Same empirical formula, same percentage of each element. This is the question many times asked in the exam, and students keep on solving it. Just in fraction of second, you'll remember, okay, this has to both has same empirical formula, their percentage also will be same, whether they ask percentage of carbon, whether they ask percentage of hydrogen. If you want, you can check one more. Acetic acid formula is CH3COOH. So its molecular formula I can write C2H4O2. So what will be its empirical formula?
CH2.
CH2O.
H2O.
H2O. Okay, glucose formula everyone knows, C6H12O6. So what will be its empirical formula?
CH2O.
So can I say in this both, that is acetic acid and glucose, percentage of carbon will be same, percentage of hydrogen will be same, percentage of oxygen will be same.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, sir.
Why? Because they have same empirical formula. Understood? Never you will forget this trick. Whenever it's asked whose percentage of any atom is same, what you will find? You will find out of that who are having same empirical formula. You will not keep on finding the percentage. It will take a lot of time. Yes, understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen
Yes,
to me
sir.
carefully now. Listen to me carefully. Today you need to solve most of now you need to start with exercise now. Exercise first, exercise second, exercise third. Whatever questions you can solve, you need to send me tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Let it be Sunday, still we'll arrange one lecture. We'll be solving some questions from that sheet. Sunday, if tomorrow I'll tell whether I'll take on Sunday we can take little bit time and we can solve the questions, because our main idea is to solve the questions, because
sir.
in exam you need to do that. So whether it's exercise first, second, third, fourth, whatever is there, whichever questions you are able to solve, you need to send it today itself. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Because just simply you are saying yes sir, till now no one has sent me, only one or two girls have sent me. Okay, so today itself you need to send, or tomorrow till morning you need to send. Okay. Okay, thank you students for attending the lecture. Thank you.